Hi, this is Feeder Noob, and I am resuming a cast that was interrupted by Steam going down, and it looked like it might be cancelled, but nope, I guess not, since it appears to be happening. I know that the stand-in Queen of Pain here, Sneak King, has another game, and was worried about making it to that, but perhaps they're going to play it out anyway. So let's take a look at what's happening here. I suppose I'll reintroduce the teams. I don't think I'll include the earlier segment of video where it was mostly waiting around while Rubik had an extremely high ping, and then suddenly Steam went down for everyone. So let's take a look. We have Smurf as the hard carry for Fnatic on Tiny. Supporting him in this lane will be Tachi on Neek's Assassin, and Whitebeard playing Bane. They have a Derp on Darkseer, who is soloing the hard lane here. And in the mid, Queen of Pain was the stand-in for Fnatic. And that rounds up the Dire side. For the Radiant team, Calculus on Enigma. In the mid, Crit playing Magnus. Supporting for DD is going to be Follow Soxtra on Rubik. I'm going to call this player Sox. They seem to call him that. And Rise on Disruptor.
Is under attack.
And finally carrying for them will be DD Link, I guess, on Lifestealer. So, pretty standard characters here, heroes that we're seeing throughout this tournament. Lifestealer carry and
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tiny carry here. Although very, Tiny without Wisp, not sure that he'll be quite as effective without that overpower, but I'm sure he will farm himself some items that will make him into quite a frightening force to be reckoned with for the Dire team. A little bit going on down here. Derp defending his tower, and oh no, open wounds on by Lifestealer. Sasha coming in from behind, and I think they will get Derp here. First blood going to Lifestealer. Very, very nice. The Rubik coming in from behind, making that happen. And of course Rise with the beautiful kinetic fields, keeping him from sprinting
Dire's
away.
bottom tower is under attack.
And they'll have a little bit of a chance to knock at this tower, but Derp will be coming right back and sort of chasing them off. In the mid, Rubik Illusion for Queen of Pain to kill out. Let's see how the creep scores are. 25 and 10 on the Queen of Pain, and 16 and 0 on Madness. So she is, of course, outlasting him. Very nice attack animation. Of course, she has that range, making this probably a very easy mid for her to hold against just the Magnus. Of course, Rubik waiting here in the jungle, possibly hoping to make something happen. She's pretty low on life, but excellent escape. Again, great attacks. The slow dagger. She's probably pretty safe there in the mid. Just checking out the couriers. We have a naked Greeble carrying the Dire team's items. I have to say something classy about that. Got its tongue sticking out. Very nice. And Donkey, your standard Dota donkey. Don't see too much of that for DD. No exciting swag there, but yeah, not much to be said about that. Just been seeing some very fancy couriers in this tournament, so I do like to take a look at them, and of course remind you that if you get a ticket to watch the defense, you will get a courier,
Radiant's top tower
as well as the
is under
ability
attack.
to sort of manage the screen around by yourself and rewind, watch what's going on the replays and all that. So a worthwhile thing to do if you are interested at all in this tournament. Lots of great games. Alrighty, still kind of running a duel in here. We've got Enigma coming in. Perhaps they're going to try to make a play on Queen of Pain, but I don't know what they think they could do here. Of course, Bane and Neek's Assassin will join, with Derp sort of hovering here, leaving Lifestealer to free farm in the bot lane. But might see some action here in the mid. Possibly. They're certainly thinking about it. They might back off. Oh, we're getting smoke on Neek's Assassin and Bane. This looks like a smoke gank. We're gonna hide here.
Dire's bottom tower
will not be
is under
spotted by
attack.
the sword. Magnus and Rubik being targeted here. Moving in. Up. Here they go. Bane will try to initiate, but get lifted by Rubik, and oh my god, he'll nightmare himself. And they will just back off. So, a little bit of wasted smoke there. Not much doing. The Rubik sort of having the potential to, oh, Magnus is gonna catch Queen of Pain for a second. Rubik will throw her over. She'll try to get away, but she can't blink far enough. Very nice. Magnus and Rubik, very high amount of coordination there. And a very, very excellent kill for them. Queen of Pain not willing to leave it at that. She will come back, and Enigma, pretty damaged, is going to have to go back into the jungle. And it looks like this little gathering at the mid is going to disperse. Queen of Pain picking up the regeneration.
Dire's bottom tower is under
She's
attack.
got a bottle for that, and it looks like we might see a gank on Lifestealer. Derp following. Queen of Pain, blink in. Gonna hit him with the dagger, but he will go immune to magic, and then we'll have to leave. Not totally a failed expedition. She did get that regen rune and be able to refresh her bottle. Lots of stacking going on in the Dire jungle, and I'm sure in the Radiant jungle too. These supports are going to make sure that stacking and pulling, of course, that there are plenty of creeps for a farm here, and to deny experience and keep those towers from getting too pushed, keep a safe farming space for their carries. And of course get some experience and gold for themselves. Seeing a lot of this supports basically work in the jungle while the hard carry farms in the safe lane. There have been a couple situations really where the hard carry is just completely left alone, as we can see here with Tiny, no opposition in the top lane. We're seeing sort of not a tri-lane in 1-1, but a dual lane in the mid, and then 2 in the jungle and 1 here farming, leaving Tiny basically to do as he pleases. And it's sort of a farm contest, who can out-farm who in the safe lane there. Maybe picking up kills here and there, which Lifestealer I'm sure hopes to do. But mainly free farm. And the teams are okay with that. It's sort of a trade. Both carries get all the farm they like, and we see what happens as the late game comes in. Queen of Pain coming out. Lots of rune vision, but of course nothing there at the moment. Someone else picked that up? I am not sure. Let's take a look, by the way, at the farm count so far. We have 64 last hits on Lifestealer. Very, very nice, and 63 on Tiny. Very, very even. Let's take a look at the net worths. I don't think we're seeing anything on the couriers here. So, Tiny, of course, does have something in the stash. I still don't know whether that really counts for net worth or not. I should probably look that up, or I could do a quick calculation, but there's something more interesting going on here. Derp will get caught out by the Disruptor in the jungle. We're going to see a fight. Magnus taking out Bane. Queen of Pain is going to blink. Oh, she's going to blink up here. Very damaged, and Rubik will be able to finish her off. Too bad she couldn't blink a little further and get herself sort of out of that. Rubik was easily able to pick her off despite her attempt to do some tangos up here. Lifestealer will take this opportunity, of course, to farm the jungle. Got his Hand of Midas up, very nice. And gonna get that extra golden HP, or sorry, XP out of that, which it confers. Tiny possibly building Scepter already here with this point booster and Ogre Club. Almost an essential item on Tiny. I don't think you really can play Tiny as a carry without the Scepter. So he will be building up to that as quickly as he can. Dire team gathering mid, with of course Tiny still farming away here. Not such a safe position anymore. He's pushed a little far forward now that this tower has gone down. In fact, he probably agrees with that and has ported out Definitely building scepter.
Dire's
Here we go.
bottom
You
tower
can
is
see
under
his
attack.
mana pool will go up with that Staff of Wizardry. Got the Ogre Club and the Point Booster. And really doesn't need that much more gold. Here at 12.5 minutes to finish that off and that upgrade. And a quick look here at levels. Lifestealer level 11 already, and Bane really trailing at level 4. Hasn't been necessarily involved in very much. Not particularly necessary always for a support hero, but here we're seeing a 5-man push on the bottom tower. Here we go. Tiny gonna initiate throw in Neeks. We're gonna see a lot of AoE damage coming in from Disruptor. Disruptor will take out Neeks' assassin. Rubik has gone down in the meantime. Enigma coming in to defend this. Derp's caught by himself. He won't be able to escape. And a very even matchup there. 2 going down on each side, losing a Neeks and a Darkseer in exchange for a Rubik and a Disruptor. And no harm done to the carries. They'll just go back to farming. Possibly coming in for a second push. Otherwise, I'm not sure why Tiny would be wasting his time in this lane when he could be off farming.
Dire's bottom
They will
tower
deny
has
their
been denied.
bottom tower, the Dire. And did a little bit of damage on this Radiant Tower, but not very much really. Tiny and Neeks coming after Lifestealer. Neeks having to back off with open wounds, and they will decide not to as Enigma comes into support. Sort of spreading out back across the map. And leave that bottom alone for a bit. Magnus doing pretty well here. Just picked up a Blink Dagger. Got his Arcane Boots on. Let's take a look at Queen of Pain if I can find her. See how she's doing for items. Null Talisman. She's got her Treads, Magic Wand, and quite a bit of money. So, doing reasonably well there on the Queen of Pain. Entire team sort of regrouping after this push. And they will smoke in the mid. Smoke on Q-Op, Neeks, and Vayne. Quite an excellent ganking group. See if they can catch somebody out of position. They're going for Lifestealer. And the rest of his team is on the other side of the map. So if they can pull this off, it could be a very nice gank. There is a True Sight ward right here. But Neeks Assassin invisible will start immunity to magic, and his team is going to come in, and I think this might be a wasted smoke, though they might try to push the tower. No. Bane backing off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, the middle tower getting pushed up a bit here. And Radiant responding by pushing top tower of the Dire side. DD will not defend this tower with more than Lifestealer. Oh, they're going to port back in. They are going to defend this. Queen of Pain blinking away to safety. Tiny's in a bit of trouble here. Queen of Pain, very nice. Got Rubik out. Enigma will catch in the black hole. And she will buy back. Tower taking a little more damage during this engagement. Of course, in the meantime, the Dire top tower did go down, so that push up top was successful. And they're not done here. Come back, initiate on Enigma. Queen of Pain doing quite a bit of damage with that Darkseer Iron Shell on her as well. Rubik is going to pick up Impale. Very nice pickup by Rubik. Very reliable stun. He will get the Queen of Pain, who will go down very fast. Neeks Assassin thrown straight into Disruptor's AoE there, and he will get killed as well. It's not over yet. Bane, hiding in the woods there, will also go down. The entire Radiant team here taking them out in this engagement. And only Darkseer and Tiny will survive. They will certainly back off. Perhaps DD can use this advantage to push tower, or just get back to farming. Lifestealer has no issue with that.
Radiant's middle tower
He's
is
already
under
farmed
attack.
up. Wow, very nice. He's got his armlet on him. He's got his treads. His Standamite is still getting him that extra gold and extra XP. He's really becoming quite a force here. Farming away in the bottom lane. Look at the difference in net worth. Hand of Might is such an effective item on a carry like Lifestealer. Spends a lot of time in the jungle. Really able to get his money's worth out of that. Tiny Contrast has got his Scepter, which does help, but not really a lot going on there item-wise besides that. Treads and Scepter, so he'll get some stats from that, but really that's all. Gonna initiate a little bit of Enigma, but oh, here comes Magnus. Blinking. He misses, but he does hit his reverse polarity, and it looks like Tiny will go down. Very nice gank by Enigma and Magnus. Calculus and Crit taking out the Tiny. And perhaps they'll push the top a little bit before they leave. Things going on here in the mid. Rubik stealing again from Neek's Assassin. Spiked Carapace, not so useful on a Rubik, but perhaps improve his survivability a little bit and give a little bit of stun when he is attacked, which he almost certainly will be. The best part about killing Rubik is you get rid of all the nice things that he stole when he dies, and makes him a very, very desirable target in a team fight. So it looks like this mid tower should get pushed down unless the Radiant team shows up to defend it, though meanwhile they are pushing the bottom and top tower, the Dire team, before they come back in here to push this off. Neek's Assassin caught out of position. He's going to die very quickly. This Disruptor and Rubik combo, really, it's all about positioning and sort of trapping the enemy.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Magnus easily able to do cleanup. I'm not sure if he got the kill on that. Let's see, we can check. Disruptor getting the kill on that, probably from his ultimate. That Static Storm, dealing so much damage.
Dire's top tower has
Rubik
fallen.
going to spot this ward's here. At least he'll spot this ward. He will not see this, it's up on the hill. If you are counter warding at Roshan, be sure to place your own observer, because you will not see the wards which are up on the hills unless you place your own. Looks like they are going to push the mid. Fnatic coming in here will be held off for a moment by Disruptor. But Tiny is doing so much damage to this tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And the tower will go down with no actual fighting from either side. They got what they came for, and Fnatic will disperse. They will smoke these support heroes and might come in to try to clean up Lifestealer, who will walk right into them. Will they see him? They're not looking in the right place. Oh, they're getting into position. Here we go. Neek's Assassin. Bane has him gripped. Stun, AoE. Very nice, clean gank.
You're no peer.
I don't even think they took any damage. And that's the way to fight a Lifestealer. Disable him, stun him, and kill him. Because if you let him auto-attack, he will eat you, and he will regen his HP. Very clean. Tiny just farming here, farming the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Illusions of Tiny sort of pushing up top. Enigma will take those out and try to push. This tower is down, and Enigma, very, very strong pusher with his little Eidolons, will try to force those creeps close to the tower. Radiant also pushing mid. They're pushing pretty much every lane, but meanwhile, oh my god, how did I miss this? Bottom tower getting focused here by Fnatic, and they will easily take this.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Tiny just doing beastly amounts of damage. Look at this, 218 damage per hit. Of course he attacks pretty slowly, but he's also really difficult to kill. Tons of HP. He's got those nice stuns, he's got the toss. He's actually looking pretty good. And Lifestealer getting ganked a couple of times. Possibly giving a bit of a new life to this Fnatic team. Oh, very nice reverse polarity. Catches most of them. Disruptor will keep them there in the AoE. Oh, this is just disgusting. DD cleaning up shop here in this team fight. Tiny, Neeks, and Queen of Pain going down there. And Derp will go down to Lifestealer. Ultra kill for Lifestealer. Very nice. Very beautiful, perfectly executed team fight. This is the power of Disruptor with something like Darkseer or Magnus with that sort of vacuum action. Set up your kinetic field and throw down your ultimate, and the AoE will just sort of sap away what those enemy heroes have in terms of life. And there's nothing much they can do about it. Going to push this tower now. Though the Fnatic team will respawn.
Dire's bottom tower
Will they
is
come
under
in to
attack.
defend? Or are they just going to let Lifestealer take this? Unclear. Neeks Assassin is coming in invisibly.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh wow, fortified with maybe one hit left on this. They are taking Lifestealer, Disruptor, Enigma out for the price of Bane. Cleaning up there too, with the Rubik. Very nice. Definitely worth it. They need to deny this tower though. 27 hit points. They will get back to that in a minute. They will take Roshan in the time remaining. Necrobook coming out on the Queen of Pain. Got those little helpers here. Warriors. And we'll take Roshan with 4 of DD down. Very nice. Tiny. Looking better now. He has a Hyperstone up. He has the Aegis Scepter. Looking very good right now. Towers are pretty even. DD has an extra tower down from Fnatic. They were able to push this top tower up. Enigma ensuring that. And they certainly have the kill advantage. It will be an uphill battle for Fnatic, but it's possible. A lot of disable. If their team fights are executed carefully and properly, and they don't get caught in Disruptor's little mess, I think they still have a chance here. And this is a very important game, by the way, in Group C. Both of these teams are 3-3. So the winner of this game should advance to the next stage of the tournament, to the playoffs, and the other team likely will not. So this is an important game. Fnatic needing to hold this together. Coming in very strong, taking out Disruptor before he has a chance to do anything. Very nice. Picking him off. Tiny just doing insane amounts of damage here. That cleave from the Scepter is just... ugh. He's just melting the creep wave, and they're going to try to push the mid tower now. Screw farming, they are going to push. Tiny looking very effective without further farm, and will force Lifestealer to come out and take part in these team fights as well. Because without him, I don't think that DD can do very much. Continuing to push this tower. Enigma setting up on the hill. Or Queen of Pain will blink up there. They have spotted him. A little dangerous. Lifestealer coming in. Queen of Pain will be taken down very quickly. Darkseer stopping Magnus. Quite a team fight here. Oh god, Rubik stole the wall. We're gonna see illusions everywhere. Oh my god, there's just so much AoE. So much AoE. Peaks goes down. Rubik goes down. Bane goes down. And Darkseer goes down. And there's just blood everywhere, but most of it is Fnatic's. And only Tiny making it out alive so far. And I think Lifestealer might try to chase him down. Tiny purchasing his Black King bar. He did make some money there. And just Tiny, Lifestealer, and Disruptor left. Of course, Disruptor had been killed earlier. And it looks like Tiny will go down here. Not sure that he can face up to this Lifestealer. Will stun and try to TP out. Will he make it? Yes, he will. Beautiful teleport by Tiny. And he will be just fine. Very nice play here. Taking another look at the net worth. Lifestealer just out farming the hell out of Tiny. Fnatic really not wanting this to go to late game. He's continuing to push this gold advantage with the Hand of Midas and the free farm that he's been getting. Got an Abyssal Blade up. Very, very useful. Plus 100 damage. Look at him. He's hitting almost as hard as Tiny. I think maybe he is hitting as hard as... No. Never mind that. Tiny way out hitting him. But hitting a lot faster and of course regenerating the HP. And with this stun, he can put Tiny out of commission for a bit. That will go through Magic Immunity.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Magic Illusion will be killed, but it'll spot Tiny there. And it looks like Fnatic is going to gather at the mid tower and try to push again. Again, do not want this to go further to late game. Tiny has a Scepter, has a Hyperstone, has a Black King Bar. They need to push before Lifestealer can continue to farm. And of course, Lifestealer will keep farming as much as he can, coming in only when it's really necessary. Tiny taking out the mid tower in seconds. And they are going to push the base. Lifestealer will have to pour it in. They can't do it without him. Magnus is going to disable Tiny. Black hole, beautiful black hole. And continued sucked into Darkseeker's wall. And Disruptor's AoE. Beautiful. Rubik will buy back. Tiny will go down there. He will be the only one. Or perhaps someone else did. And they bought back. Yes, that was just Rubik though. Continuing the team fight here. Bane going down. Derp. Also falling. Queen of Pain will blink. Magnus will follow her. And the entire team is on her. Leaving the invisible Nyx assassin. Queen of Pain is going to, I think, get away here.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Able to blink out of there. And Nyx assassin teleporting out. But a terrible engagement for Fnatic, losing Bane, Darkseer, and Tiny. Tiny being, of course, the important factor there. Still sort of following Queen of Pain here.
Double damage.
But her escape is too good. So the power of that Rubik being able to use his telekinesis to catch people in the AoE for Enigma and Disruptor, and then Magnus reverse polarity, also excellent for positioning the other team into groups, I think has really been the deciding factor so far in this DD versus Fnatic. So much AoE and so much ability to position the other team into it. Position Fnatic into to their death. A little curious what the items are shaping up to be. Lifestealer, meanwhile, has picked up a Reaver. Looks like he is going to build a Heart of Tarask, and I think that is just, oh. This is pretty much GG, I think, after this last fight. Just too much farm from the death advantage there. Even though Fnatic was able to take this tier 2 mid tower, they're really not looking at a game I think that they can win anymore. Lifestealer's net worth way outstripping Tiny's at this point. And of course, Tiny's effectiveness only going to decrease into the later game. Sort of waiting here at the mid tower. Tiny gonna farm these creep waves and the Eidolons like they were nothing. dealing so much damage and getting cleave out of that as well, but let's take a look at his attack speed once again. Magnus initiating on Tiny. It's going to stun him. It's going to move him in. It's going to be separated from his team, and there's just so much damage on Tiny, so much cleave. But if he can't get an attack off, then it just means nothing. And these teamfight heroes, able to take him out, almost not needing Lifestealer for that. Looks like DD is going to push up the mid and take this tier 2, the final tier 2 that Fnatic has standing. Without Tiny, they only have to worry about Darkseer, Queen of Pain, Bane, and Neek's Assassin. And to be frank, they're not really worried about that. 30 seconds left on Tiny. Looks like he will not or cannot buy back. And this base tower in the mid is not going to last very long with Lifestealer beating on it. His team ready to support him, should he be initiated on. Rubik pulling Queen out of position, she'll blink back out. Darkseer setting up the wall here. Probably will not be enough. Bane got Lifestealer out for a little bit. Barely did anything. Enigma will get his black hole off. Gonna catch Bane. And Darkseer in that. Will kill Darkseer. Oh, Lifestealer will go down here as Tiny comes back in. Rubik and Enigma as well. Fnatic holding themselves together here and keeping this mid tower alive in the base.
Radiant's top tower
Very nice engagement. They did lose Darkseer. Tiny was able to come back in time to take that Lifestealer out. Roshan not up yet. A little bit longer on him. Tiny will farm those Ancients. And I think they will wait. Yep, there's Roshan. They will use this time without Lifestealer to Rosh. Interesting choice. By choosing to Rosh, they're of course choosing not to push. Putting their bets on that Aegis of the Immortal being more important. Picking that up. And 12 seconds left on Lifestealer. No push accomplished in that time. Did push back the bottom lane a little bit with these supports here, but no aggressive push made in that time at all. So hoping to play defensively, take down Lifestealer, and perhaps push their advantage using the Aegis, if they can. And the ward count has dropped significantly. Of course, probably a little bit scared to leave the base at this point. They will see Derp in the jungle here. Rodent team and Dire team, DD and Fnatic sort of grouped in the same little area here on the top. I'm sure they are all carrying town portal scrolls. Very nice Ghost Scepter on Bane. That'll keep him alive and able to do his magic damage for heroes like Lifestealer being around. Those right clicks do nothing. Very nice item for a support with magic damage. Here we have the initiation, the fight. Magnus dropping very quickly to Tiny. He was not able to get his abilities off. Rubik, beautiful telekinesis there, but it won't save him. He will be stunned, but will finish off Rubik. And this is almost a wipe. Disruptor makes it out, but Fnatic possibly turning the game around. Magnus, Lifestealer, Rubik, and Enigma down. They will have this opportunity to push, and they will. Tiny still carrying that Aegis. Wonderful engagement. This is very exciting. They will push the base. Magnus having to buy back, but Lifestealer still out. Not sure that he can do anything. Tiny is dealing so much damage to this tower. It will fall down like it was nothing. The gold going to Tiny. and they are going to push the racks. Lifestealer's back now. He will get there.
Radiant's top barracks.
Static Field is going to catch Tiny. He's going to be pulled back in. He does have Aegis. He's going to go down. He will use it. Lifestealer staying alive here. Tiny back in. Black Hole being pulled. He will get pulled into that. Not going to lose all his life though. Despite Lifestealer attacking him, he will die. He will die though. No lifesteal on Tiny. He will just eventually go down. And this is this could be it.
Radiant's bottom
They
tower
did
is
manage
under
to
attack.
take the racks and the tower. Not both racks, of course, but just the melee racks. But they will lose their entire team there, and the Aegis doing it, except for Bane, of course, but he is not going to be able to hold off or push by himself, which is just too bad. I thought we might see a comeback. We shall see. Just check the buybacks here. We are going to have Tiny and Queen of Pain buyback as Bane gets killed defending this tower, which Lifestealer is taking at this point. Tiny getting the stun off.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
We're going to try to defend the racks here. Neek's back in. Bane, the only one out now. Darkseer back in as well. Continuing to push the racks. Tiny pops the BKB. Magnus as well. He's having in a lot of trouble here. They need to stun and disable this Lifestealer. Things are up. Queen of Pain will get Rubik down. Derp Derp in trouble. Darkseer will eat him as well. Neek's Assassin buying back. Tiny's still alive, and Queen of Pain still up. Lifestealer backing up and porting out. They're going to leave it at that. Enigma still caught here.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Will not be able to escape. He will be killed by Darkseer, and they will not be able to hunt down the rest of DD. Lifestealer, Magnus, and Disruptor will get out of there alive. Rax still up, only the tower down.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
With Rubik and Enigma down, it looks like we're going to see a push down the mid by Fnatic. Tiny looking huge at this point. Assault Cuirass on him now. Still has a Quelling Blade. He could stand to replace that with something with his 1800 gold there. Disruptor keeping them out of the base while Enigma buys back and Rubik respawns, and they will have to back off. Again, their best chance to get a great defensive team fight in and push the advantage when they are able to. These tiny illusions have a lot of pushing power. Those will be sent to clean up some creeps at the bottom here. Top pushing pretty well for Fnatic, and of course bottom pushing pretty well for DD, so teams are going to have to go clean up those creep waves and spend their time there. Sending Lifestealer over to get the farm from that. Smoke here on Disruptor and Rubik. Scouting. Not sure they realize those are just illusions. As they gather with smoke. Oh, sure they do. They surely do. Smoke on both teams now. Smoking down the mid. And we're going to see a big team fight here outside both bases. Lifestealer's going to find Neek's Assassin. Tiny pulled in. Even with his BKB, he is stunned by that Abyssal Blade. Oh, and the stun lasts for so long. Queen of Pain will get off a pretty good ult there. Enigma's going to catch this, and Tiny will go down. Lifestealer getting a double kill. Still surviving. Getting that lifesteal. Oh my god. Fnatic. Almost a wipe so far if they can just grab Bane. Yep, Rubik will telekinesis him and he is done for. Complete wipe. This is GG. DD still got Magnus, Lifestealer, Rubik, and Disruptor left to push mid. And let's check the buyback, but I believe they bought back too recently. Yep. They will not be able to buy back. Of course, Bane will, but the rest of his team out for the count.
Barracks are under attack.
This looks a lot like GG. them right here.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Fortify, buying them a few extra seconds, sneaks Assassin back in. But another 30 seconds on
Dire's
Tiny,
middle
and that's 30
barracks
seconds
has
of
fallen.
Lifestealer having his way with
Dire's
these
middle
towers.
barracks are under attack.
And he is dealing almost
Dire's
500
bottom
damage.
tower
Heart
has
of
fallen.
Turesk now, he's got his armlet toggled, Assault Cuirass.
Dire's bottom
There is
barracks
no
are-
stopping
Dire's middle barracks-
this Lifestealer
Dire's
at this
bottom
point.
barracks has
And they will
fallen.
just decimate base, taking out mid and bottom towers and Raxes. They will back off. And we're going to see a pause from Tiny. He's got 5 seconds till he comes back in. My god, what a crazy game. I thought there might be a chance, honestly, for Fnatic when they did get that push off on the top lane with that good team fight there, wiping out Lifestealer and most of DD, but the sort of team fight that happened while they were doing that, I think, clinched it. Without Tiny, it's just not much they can do. He's built crits now at this point. Chrysalis on Tiny. We do have the Pipe of Insight on Derp,
You
the Dark
have
Sphere.
my gratitude.
But looking at Lifestealer here, and then Enigma with that Black King bar and also the mechanism for the extra survivability in those team fights. Not sure that there's
Invisibility.
much they can really do. Fnatic still trying. They are probably going to try the same push down the mid again. Not much else they can do at this point. Hoping for those crits on Tiny. Tiny doing pretty good amount of damage here. About 370. But Lifestealer, without the armlet, doing a little less than Tiny. But with the armlet toggled, he is just, I think, unstoppable. Keeping those lanes pushed, Fnatic has no choice but to do this with their mid and bottom lane, having mega creeps. Tiny will farm out those on the bottom, not making much money from that, unfortunately. Stacked Ancients here. Leave those for Tiny. Still a little bit before Roshan is back.
Haste.
Hoping to make a play for Roshan, I think. Gathering here, they do not want to let that Aegis go to Lifestealer. And both teams will sort of congregate around the Roshan pit as that time approaches. Not much left there on the clock. See a team fight when that timer hits. A little bit of lag there. See that? I think we will see a team fight before Roshan. Here they are in the jungle. Gonna throw in Neek's Assassin to initiate. Magnus will get his reverse polarity. Oh my god. So much AoE. That is... and there's the GG. Yep. That is GG. Queen of Pain will maybe make it out. I don't think so. Very thorough. Finisher off. And that's it. Roshan is back up, but honestly, why bother?
Anyway.
Push this to win. In fact, no need. Fnatic has disconnected. This game is over. And both teams know it. Without the good team fight and Roshan, Fnatic pretty much left with nothing to do.
Radiant's top barracks are under
Crit
attack.
putting out a little plug for
Dire's
himself.
Radiant victory.
Follows Twitter, and the Ancient will go down. So, too bad for Fnatic. DD will advance to the playoffs then. We will take one look at the final standings here. Very ridiculous XP per min on Lifestealer at 708. Looking at values, way too low here. Tiny only farming about 500 gold per minute. It's just not enough. They really did have to push their advantage, and honestly, with a couple of those team fights going a bit better, they probably could have done pretty well. Again, that Disruptor, Enigma, Rubik, Magnus combination is just too much if done properly, and I think that's what lost them the game. Thanks for watching, and this was Feeder Noob. Hope you enjoyed.